Hello, it's Jeffrey Shaw here. We're broadcasting from Radio FM 88 Australia, from the studios in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. And our guest today is Shakti Selwood. She also is based here in Australia. And I'm going to pass you over to our host, right at the very top, all the way up in the Northern Hemisphere, none other than Andrena. It's a good morning to you, Andrena.
Morning, everybody. Morning, Shakti. Lovely to see you, and welcome to everybody who's listening to our broadcast and may listen to it in the future. It's my pleasure to have Shakti, who's a dear friend of mine. She's a life fulfillment coach and a psychic medium, and an endless list of talents, which she's going to enlighten us with. But I've had the pleasure of knowing Shakti for a number of years and catching up with her and Rami. And they've I first saw them at the expos, at the healing weekends and festivals, doing their bit for helping people to be the best version of themselves through their health, their diet, through their emotions. So many opportunities, and I know it's your passion to help many, many people, and you've helped thousands. I know that, and I've been blessed to be one of them. You helped me along the way. I had iridology with you. Oh my God. And that revealed so much, which was a reflection of how I was feeling then. Thank God I don't feel anything like that now. Through your expertise and guidance, I've turned my health around massively. So on that note, I'd love you to share with us how you all started for you, how your gifts open up, and just your journey of life to where you are now.
Lovely. Thank you, Andrena. Thank you, Jeff. It's an absolute pleasure to be here and to be able to talk to you about my passion on the journey of helping people. Basically, it started when I was 5 years old. My grandmother died and came to my bedside, and everyone else was upset and crying, and I couldn't understand the concept of death. I really didn't understand how all of a sudden she's not there anymore, because I could see her and I'd go to hug her and touch her, and my hands would go right through her. And it's something at 5 years old which was quite frightening, so I couldn't really share it with anybody. So I kept it to myself for a long time. But I was always sensitive to my external influences of environment and people. And I grew up in a very dysfunctional family, so I kept a lot to myself and very secretive. So what I learned was to feel a lot of things around me, to feel energy and to listen to people's tone of their voice. And I still do that today. And I grew up in a very dysfunctional family, a very violent childhood. My father was quite an angry man, and my mother a very submissive woman. So I had to keep a lot of things to myself and couldn't really ask the questions to get any answers. So I just followed and what I saw around people. And I learned to be able to read auras by understanding that everything was energy by the time I got to about 19. And I've been on that path ever since. And I really felt that I had found my tribe, that I had found my family that really cared about who I was and where I was at and where I was going. So from the age of 19, I started tuning into people and started listening to my own intuition, because my own intuition was something I could trust. And that's when I started learning to be a psychic medium, because literally it was the energy and the connection to spirit and ancestors, that past loved ones, that came through and supported me on a very angelic guided way. And so I just went from strength to strength and learned how to tune in for people and see way ahead of them. But I found over the years, to be honest, that when I did psychic readings for people, I would see a lot that needed to be addressed with their health. I would actually see into their bodies and I became a medical intuitive. And I started seeing that there were organs in the body that needed support. You know, I could see disease, I could see cancer, I could see so many different ailments in their body. And so I thought, well, where's this taking me? I'm not just seeing, you know, what's coming to them, how they can change their life and how they can, you know, embrace prosperity or find the right partner or what's ahead of them in their work. I started seeing what was happening in their bodies, but I wanted to be able to have a science behind it as well. So I studied iridology. And I felt that instead of just seeing the prediction for the future for people, I could actually help them with their health. And so that's how I brought in the iridology and the energy healing and the energy healing body work and the rebirthing. So a lot of people say to me, gosh, you do a lot of things. You do a lot of different things. Well, I should do. I've been doing it for 41, 42 years. I should be experienced at a lot of things because I decided to go on the spiritual path right back then from 19. So it's been a progression. I've been wanting to empower people because I came from a childhood that was suppressive and abusive, physically abusive. I learned to overcome it by trusting myself, trusting my spiritual guides, trusting a spiritual life. I think if I hadn't walked a spiritual path, I don't think I'd be here today, to be honest. So, spiritual life for me was the only way I could move forward. There was no alternative, absolutely none. So, it's been and still is an extremely fulfilling life. And
And sorry, I was
I
going to say, you overcome a lot of ill health challenges as well, didn't you?
yes, yeah, very much so. You know, they say when old energy is stuck in the body, it can turn into disease. And even though I detoxed and looked after my health, I still attracted bowel issues. And a lot of that was from childhood wounds, childhood hurts, and old energy that I never really had processed properly. And so I ended up with ovarian cancerous tumors and bowel issues with a 2 meter tapeworm. And that took me into a really deep space of self nurturing. I think also, too, I was living a life that was very stressful. Our business grew very strongly in our health products. I had 2 young children living on top of a mountain, having to drive up and down every day to school. And it was a very stressful time, and also those inner wounds of inner child, um, uh, old festered wounds that never really healed, had to be resolved. And sometimes something will come up, even though it seems catastrophic and life threatening. It's actually your body telling you, hey, it's time to heal.
Mm. Yeah, yeah.
And so that was quite a challenging time. But I just went within. I just took myself away. I meditated. I did rebirthing. I did visualization. I shrunk the tumors to half the size. But you know, what I'm working with now is understanding how powerful we really are. I didn't know I was so capable of shrinking the tumors myself. I didn't realize how powerful we can be of our own healers, our own creators. I just didn't realize. If I would have kept going.
Mm.
You know, this is something we learn from situations like that. We learn how strong we are, how brave we are, how powerful creators we are.
Yeah, yeah. And we're not taught to go within, are we? From a young
Mm,
age, we're taught to go outside of ourselves, not to tune into ourselves. And
mm.
for some of us, it's taken a long time to get that message. And
Yeah,
that's,
yeah, that's right. And
yeah,
I
and
think
that's
some
go on.
I think some people are afraid to go within. I've had people come to me for psychic readings or consultations, and they're actually fearful of going within. They've never learnt to trust themselves. But really, going within is just a form of prayer. It's just going into silence. It's just listening to your breath as a form of meditation. So and that's why I'm so honored to be able to talk today and share with your listeners my passion for superconscious work that I do, superconscious recoding. It's taken me all these years, over 60 years, to realize that we are our own healers, we're our own seers, we're our own psychics, we're our own creators of our own manifestations. And, if someone does have an illness or an imbalance in the body, well, then we've created it ourselves through our own thoughts. Disease doesn't just happen, it's caused. And a lot of people would disagree with this. They'd say, oh, I've inherited this, I've inherited that, and my parents had this issue, my mother had this issue. Well, what they have inherited through the DNA is the mindset, the habitual behavior, the old oscillating patterns, the feeling of being stuck. They haven't inherited the disease, they've inherited the mindset that can put the body into an imbalance and create the disease. So my biggest challenge is helping people to really grasp that they have the power within them to create the life that they want to live, that they want to be part of, a healthy, vital body, a life that they love, that they're living with every day, and that they are the creative, powerful source of manifestation. So tumors can be shrunk, disease can be rid from the body. We have that ability within us. We just need to learn how to use it, and we need to learn how to ask from the heart and communicate with divine source to be able to create the outcome that we're looking for.
And I think for a lot of people, when you say you've created that, or somewhere along the line, you've brought that into your awareness. That's a hard one for people to accept when they've got like real mega nasty diseases and things. People would say, "Well, there's no way I would have brought that on themselves." But looking at, there's a couple of books like Secret Language of Your Body is always my favorite, and when you look up what even like a broken nail or a split nail relates to an illness. And for myself, I've looked and I think, oh my God, spot on, and then it's like undoing your thought process, isn't it? So
Yes.
very
That's
important.
exactly it, Andrena. That you're so spot on with that, because the thought comes before the emotion, and with the emotion comes the feeling. And if it's not a positive feeling, it's going to put out toxins into the body. They've done tests, scientific tests, and peer-reviewed studies, and they have studied the tears of joy under a microscope, and they'll see endorphins and wonderful life force energy in tears. And then they've studied scientifically under a microscope the tears of anger and sadness and despair. And what they've seen is toxins, atoms that are extremely damaging to the tissues and the cells in the body. So you can't say that it just happens, or to feel victimized that these diseases or problems in the body, ailments from arthritis to a sore back to a sinus. It's all habitually a pattern that comes from thought, because working with your subconscious mind, which is your body, your soul, that's where the emotions are. When you work with your superconscious, that's thought, that's creativity, that's where all knowing and all seeing is lies in the consciousness. So when the thought has come in and been overridden by emotion, it will create or beat the drum to either a negative or a positive. And when the body constantly gets this negative mindset, first wake up in the morning and, oh, what happened yesterday? This happened yesterday. Instead of thinking what happened yesterday, think about this present moment now that you're embracing. It's a brand new day. And when you embrace that moment, you've got this full capacity to create a brand new day and a brand new situation. But when we wake up in the morning, we so easily go back to what happened yesterday. And yes, if it was good, great, but that was yesterday. That's the past. And all we know about the past is that it's not here. But what is here is this present moment. So that's the opportunity to create a really positive mindset. And then in that positive mindset, go into the thought of, this is a brand new day. This is what I'm going to embrace. I'm going to set up a whole new day for myself, and I'm going to write a list and create all the wonderful things that I'm going to think about and do. And it just creates a beautiful mindset of positivity, which creates good health and well-being.
And it's important, isn't it? Because the past is gone.
Yes,
And, we can learn from the past and not make those same mistakes again. And like you say, the future hasn't happened yet.
yes,
And it took me a long time to really get this, and I thought, yeah, this is it now. Moment is where I am now.
yeah,
That's gone. That's not happened. Here I
yeah,
am now. And I think, when people realize and take that on board, this
yeah,
is it. I can
yeah,
create from
yeah.
this moment. It's
Yeah,
really
that's it.
important.
That's it. And
I
it's
just
not
need to
easy.
step in. I just need to step in there for a minute. Hey,
Yeah.
I just need to put this fella's questions to bed so that he can
Yes.
move on. Hey,
Yes.
we have to go back into your life with your dad and all that stuff. He just wanted to know, with all your ill health and all that stuff, did you take to drink? Did you become a drinker?
No, I didn't become a drinker. I didn't get into drugs, but I was extremely angry. And I know it's hard to believe, but I used to get in fights at school. I was a bit of, I know, it's so weird, isn't it? I was a real tomboy, and I rode horses and I rode motorbikes and skateboards, and I hung out with guys. I love the male. I love the male species. I just adore the qualities that they have. And it's so weird because a lot of women who've been abused by men or their father, they're the opposite. But with me, I was always trying to please. I was always trying to get approval. And so I was very gullible, and I ended up being very angry, a really, really angry person. It took me years to get through that anger. And yet I didn't drink. I mean, I socialized normally, but I didn't overuse or abuse drugs, alcohol, sex. I didn't. I was in a long-term relationship from 16 till I was 28, and so no, I didn't go drink, but I was really angry, and I would internally self-implode, and I would self-sabotage a lot of things, and I would always fall out with people, and I would fall out with friends. And the relationship I was in, he was an alcoholic. He was a drug user and an alcoholic. So he played out what was happening in my life because I was internally angry. I didn't know I'd be talking about this, but I love the way that I'm just going along with this web, I'm just going along with what you want me to talk about.
Okay,
But
so I'll just come back to his next question, which I'm just going to put it straight to bed.
yes,
He thought that you were doing readings on the show, and I'm just going to step in and say, no, this is not about spiritual psychic mediumship readings. This is about going within to actually do the actual work yourself, and it's not a
Yes.
McDonald's drive-through, where you
Yes.
get the answers from someone else. It's about you taking the time to prepare the meal and sit down and eat the meal. So
Yes.
this shows, definitely, this shows about
Yes.
giving you, like in the old days before you got Google Maps, you had the old street directory, and so you got to set the navigation and you got to
Yes.
go with it. And
Yes.
as long as you got someone who can give you some direction and guidance, that's what that's what our shows are all about. Dreaming the New Dream is about bringing people on board who can share their passion and give you insights that may assist you in your own internal journey.
Yes.
So
That's
I just
right.
needed to step in and put that one to bed, for that guy.
Yeah, absolutely. So I just didn't go to drink, but just was a really angry person. But I followed more on a spiritual path and went within. I learned to meditate. I went to every healer I could possibly get my hands on. I got into Reiki. I got into, so many things. But I think the biggest thing that helped me was meditation. And so I wanted to talk about the superconscious and the subconscious today, because this is how I believe can help so many people sort of fast track. Because for me, it was the longest, arduous 40 years I could have endured, going from a really angry teenager to a very happily married woman with my own business and 2 children, living a life I love. And it was arduous, it was painful. But now I've learned, and now I help others to tune into their intuition and communicate with their superconscious as if their superconscious is a person. The superconscious is their all creative field, where their creativity is, where their manifestation is, where all their hearts and dreams and desires are. And it needs direction. It needs to be connected to and given guidance to. And all the creativity is there, but it doesn't do much at all if it's not given guidance or tapped into, tuned in, turned on. So the subconscious is the soul, it's the body. That's where all the emotions are. That's where a lot of thoughts and emotions are, feelings. The unconscious mind is where the ego is, and where a lot of fear and a lot of doubt is. So I want to help the listeners today fast track. I don't want them to go through what I went through. It was painful. It was arduous. It was just a really difficult way to try and learn how to take control of my own situation. And not only that, but to manifest. It's important we learn how to manifest what we want, and to actually ask, believe, and receive. So the superconscious is our intuition. And we need to be able to go within and talk to the superconscious as if it's a person. And what I want to, I thought if it was okay, I could take everyone through a little exercise to help them feel their intuition. Would that be okay? It's very quick. It can be done in a few minutes. And this is what they need to do every morning. Take out 10 minutes. If you can do 20 minutes, great. But if it's just 5 or 10 minutes, honestly, just go within, start breathing in and out through the nostrils, because that nadi breathing stimulates the right brain and the left brain, and it brings into the connection of the pineal gland. And the way to work with the superconscious is to just breathe a few deep breaths, and then go to a memory in this life where you felt you made a poor choice. A poor choice where you felt you made a mistake. And go back to that feeling. What did it feel like? How did it feel in your body of when you go to a memory that you've made in this lifetime, that you made a wrong choice? You felt you made a mistake. Just feel in your body at the moment. Where was it? How does it feel? Is it in your throat? Is it in your bowel? Is it in your stomach? Is it in your head? Just feel in your body when you go back to that memory, what does it feel like when you go back to a memory? Could have been last week, could have been when you were 5 years old. You made a choice and it didn't quite go that well. Just feel that feeling of that memory when you realized you'd made a mistake, you'd made a wrong choice. And then just move aside from that now and go to a memory in this lifetime of where you felt you made a good choice. And go back into that memory and feel in your body. Feel in your body. Where do you feel in your body that memory of that choice that you made that turned out brilliant? It turned out really well. It was a perfect choice. Does your body expand? Does it feel light? Does it expand outwards? Does it buzz all over? You might have fallen in love. You might have got that job. You might have just bought a new car. You might have won a raffle ticket. I remember when I won a raffle ticket, I was so excited because I thought it was a Christmas hamper. But it was a trip for the family to Brunei, all expenses paid, 5-star hotel. I was like, oh my God, I thought it was a Christmas hamper. And so my whole body just expanded. And I'll always remember that feeling, wow, I made a good choice. I put my business card in an ice bucket at a meeting and I won this amazing prize. And I thought it was just a bottle of wine and maybe a Christmas hamper and some chocolates. So that feeling always stays with me when I make a right choice. So what you can do is say to your superconscious and talk to your superconscious like a person. Superconscious, come into my body. Come into my body now. Do this every morning for 5 minutes. Come into my superconscious now. Superconscious, I want to see what is a yes and what is a no. And so this is how you communicate with your superconscious. The no will be the poor choice that you made. That's how that feels. The yes will be how the memory is of how it feels to make a good choice. And that's how you get your yes and no, and practice, practice, practice. And your superconscious will send you a symbol, a color, a feeling, just a tingling in the body. Or a no for me is a very deep, heavy feeling in the throat. A yes for me is a symbol. So practice it. It's a really beautiful thing to do, and it's yours because your superconscious is like a dog. It needs direction. If you don't give your dog discipline and direction, it'll muck up. It won't do a thing for you. It'll just lie on the porch and want food. So train your superconscious to be there for you, because your superconscious, your intuition, whatever you want to call it, it's your intuition, your infinite intelligence, your divine God within you, whatever you feel comfortable with. It is your infinite intelligence. It's where all your knowledge, wisdom, and your powerful creativity are. So use it and practice it. Practice getting a yes and a no from your intuition. And eventually you will feel, see, or hear, or sense a certain symbol, color, or feeling that will give you a yes and a no. Because if I said to you, okay, everybody, I want you to answer this question. And all of you are thinking, well, how can I answer it if I don't know what the question is? Well, that's exactly how your superconscious feels when you don't give it guidance or direction. It's your creative field. It's your geniusness within you. So if I was to say, okay, everybody, go back to the memory of when you last went swimming. All of a sudden your mind is starting tick, it's starting to work, because all of a sudden I've given you a direction. I've given you a definite question that I need an answer for. So your brain is already kicking in, looking for the answer. Some of you have already got the answer last week, a year ago, 2 months ago, whatever. So it's showing that your mind now is working because I've given it a direction asking for an answer. And that's how your superconscious works, your intuition. Your subconscious is your body, it's your soul, it's the emotional side of you. And that's why a lot of people always seek out healing, and they want to be fixed. They feel like they're shattered glass. They feel victimized. They feel that they cannot achieve what they want in their life, or meet the right partner, or get the right job because of the past, because of what happened to them as a child. The whole planet at the moment is in the 5-year-old inner child syndrome of victimization and not having the power to stand up and speak up. But some 5-year-old children do. And at 5-year-old, we come into ourselves. And we come into starting school and starting to read and write and learn. So we're starting to be triggered to speak up and wanting more out of our life. But the woundedness of that inner child, that inner 5-year-old child, is getting angry and feeling victimized. So the whole planet's in an inner child syndrome at the moment. So we need to calm down, and we need to not get angry, and we need to go into that meditative state of communicating with our subconscious. Don't just stay in the body. That's not who you are. Yes, you are your soul. You are connected to the body that you built when you came here to this planet, because you had the power to build this amazing body. It's energy. You built it out of energy. And so you have the geniusness to do that. But your body will remember every experience it's gone through as if it happened yesterday. You don't want to live on that platform. You see it, you recognize it, you know it. But your body will hold on to every experience from the past as if it happened yesterday. So you don't want that to rule your life. So working more with the superconscious will help your subconscious work beautifully. Now, the unconscious is your mental mind. That's your ego. And the ego, all it wants to do is to win. It doesn't want to be happy, it wants to win. And so it wants to win all the time. It wants to do better than anyone else. It wants to be noticed. So it's important to notice every aspect of you, which is fine. We're not trying to kill anything off or destroy an old identity. But that old identity will have you stuck in the past. It'll have you oscillating back and forwards to old patterns again and again and again. And it'll make you feel stuck until you start allowing to hear every aspect, realize there's resistance there, and all that resistance is old beliefs, old paradigms, and old thought patterns. But moving forward into your superconscious, trusting that superconscious, trusting the intuition, and listening to what you are seeing. Because if you say to your superconscious, you're telling your superconscious what you want. Superconscious, I've got a current reality now and a desired reality. This is how my life is now, and I'm not happy where I am. I haven't got the things I want. So you've got a desired reality, which you've put in the future. And that desired reality is that right partner. It's that beautiful job. It's that new car. It's all the things that you want to be happy, a healthy, vital body, peace when you go to sleep at night, whatever it is that you're wanting. You have it there in your superconscious if you allow your superconscious to be guided through what you're wanting. So you've got to ask from the heart. So you want to bring forward what it is you've put into the future. And what you've put into the future is your desired reality. And it seems so unapproachable because it's in the future. So when I get a better job, I'll be happier. When I get a partner, I'll be happier. When I get to live in that house that I love, I'll be happier. That's all in the future. So what if you could have what your heart desires now, right now? If you could have that right now by going into your heart space and communicating with your superconscious, and the wording to communicate with your superconscious, because you're bringing your future desired results into your now present moment. So the way to talk to your superconscious is, if it's a person, superconscious, I choose the end result of living a life I love. And the universe loves an empty void. It'll fill it. So you've got to say why you want this. Superconscious, I choose the end result. The end result is bringing your future into your present moment now. Superconscious, I choose the end result of living a life I love, because I want to experience the fun and the joy of being who I really am. How simple is that? It's so simple and so effective. It is so powerful. And so your superconscious will go out into the quantum field looking for the knowledge, the wisdom, the book, the seminar, the person, to bring to you what it is you need to achieve that chosen end result. So what you need to say is, superconscious, this is my chosen end result. What do I need to do to achieve it? What action do I need to take to achieve this chosen end result? Please go out into the quantum field. You'll get the hang of it. Just listen to this recording and practice and practice and practice. Superconscious, please go out into the quantum field and seek for me the person, the book, the knowledge, the wisdom, whatever it is I need to be able to achieve this chosen end result that I want and that I ask for now. And I ask from my heart, and I believe it's coming. And I believe I am worthy of receiving, because so many people are asking for certain things in their life, but it's all words. It's all words. It's all just flippant words, and it's all thrown out there, and they'll say, oh, the universe will bring it to me. The universe will know what I need. I'm just going to sit and wait here for it to happen. I don't need money. Money doesn't mean anything to me. Well, that is pushing away what your superconscious, or what the universe, your divine mind, your infinite intelligence, your God within wants to bring to you. You're actually pushing it away, and you're saying, no, I don't want that, because I don't believe that I'm capable of creating that, or that I'm worthy of it. So that's what I want to help you with, is to step in to your future now by bringing it forward. Ask your superconscious to go out there in the quantum field and bring to me what I need to achieve my chosen end result. So work on these 4 core choices, okay? I want you to work on these 4 core choices and spend a week on each one. Superconscious, I choose the end result of health and vitality, a healthy and vital body, because I want to experience the fun and the joy. The universe loves a happy heart, because I want to experience the fun and joy of having the energy to play with my children, or to ride my bike again, or be able to walk 5 kilometers or 5 miles without any pain in my body. And then know that it's done, and say, thank you, it is done, it is done, it is done, thank you. And say 3 times to your superconscious what it is that you want. The third one, superconscious, I choose the end result of being the predominant creative force in my life. Yay! Help me to be the creative force. Help me to create. Help me to create in the predominant force, so that you don't follow other people, so that you're not succumbing or you are beholden to other people to create in your life. You are the creator. You see and act as a creator does. So ask for that. and then believe it's coming, and then feel that you've already received it. And it's got to come from the heart. You need to ask from the heart, and then say, thank you, it is done, it is done, it is done, because it's already believing that it's in your paradigm and in your aura and in your equilibrium will create it to happen. That is the secret to manifestation. That is the secret to true love and connection to your intuition and going within. Meditation isn't just sitting there doing ums. It is actually communicating with the God within, your divine mind and your divine consciousness. There, and the other is superconscious. I choose to live my true nature and purpose. If you're looking for purpose, if you're looking for why you are here, if you feel lost, depressed, angry, sad, just absolutely lost, like you don't belong here, that is because you're lacking purpose. You're lacking the connection to the God within. So talk to your superconscious. Superconscious, I choose the end result of living my true nature and my purpose. And wow, you watch what happens. Things will start coming to you from nowhere. People will be coming to you offering their car parks or wanting to help you. It's really remarkable how it happens. And then, working with the predominant creative force will help you to be more creative in the things you want. Because if you received what you asked for 20 years ago, you'd be absolutely shocked. You'd go, oh my God, I don't want that anymore. Honestly, we've got to be really precise what we ask for. I get so many clients coming to me asking for the perfect relationship. So I say to them, so what are you wanting? What is the perfect relationship to you? What is it? Close your eyes, go within, connect to the heart, and let that energy expand as the images that Jeff has put up. You're seeing the beautiful God ball, superconscious energy, your solar chakra hovering above your head. Bring all the balls of light down in through your chakras, reside in the heart, and let that expansive energy go out of the heart, because that solar star chakra hovering above the crown of your head is activating your pineal gland. That is your superconscious connection. Let it come down into the crown chakra, down into the third eye, down into the throat chakra, the heart chakra, and down through the other chakras, solar plexus, sacral, and base chakra, and then come back into the heart and let it expand and expand and expand, and really focus on what you want. So I'll be saying to people, what is it that you want? I want a good relationship. I'm tired of being on my own. I haven't been in a relationship for years, and when I do, I seem to create the same old pattern, the same old relationship. The same person, my ex-husband, ex-boyfriend, same thing, ex-girlfriend, same type of person, same habitual habits. They treat me the same way. So what is it that you want? Okay, now go into the heart, let that energy expand, and see this beautiful figure 8 expansive around your body, and the joint of the figure 8 is right in the heart. This will happen naturally when you're communicating with your superconscious. This is what's happening on an energy level when you're communicating with your superconscious and asking from the heart. And so some people actually say, well, I don't know what type of relationship I want. I know what I don't want, but I don't know what I want. So I get them to go within. Okay, close your eyes, quietly go within. See yourself in the most perfect relationship. What would you be doing? What would you be feeling? What would you be seeing? What would you be doing together? What would you class as fun? How would that partner treat you? So I say to people, stop asking for your soulmate. A soulmate is someone who teaches you lessons and learnings on a soul level. You know, you're going to get the third dimensional stuff that's been going on, and it's not going to be supportive of you. So step into the fifth dimension and work with your intuition and your superconscious. So what is it do you want in a relationship? What is a perfect relationship to you? Are you going out to dinners together? Are you traveling? Does he hug you? Is he demonstrative? What are the things that matter to you? And all of a sudden their faces just open up with joy and peace. And they go, oh my God, that's what I want. I thought I wanted a man or a woman that had a great body, and they were tanned and they jet skied and they surfed and they traveled. They didn't want that at all. They wanted someone who could cook, that loved to have breakfast in bed, you know, those simple things, and someone to massage their feet, and someone to hold their face and their hands and say, I love you. I've always got your back. I'm always there for you. You'd be amazed. The things that make people's hearts sing in a relationship are the most simple things, kind words, kind actions, you know, things like that. It's not all the material things. I used to be attracted to muscly men with lots of hair. Well, my gorgeous husband has got no hair, it's gone, and you know, he has a very fit, very strong body. But yeah, he's no bodybuilder dude, you know, but he's got the biggest heart. He's the most gorgeous, loving soul, and he's got my back. And that's what I realized when I started working with my superconscious. I realized, and I put it out there, and I walked and walked for 3 weeks, and I said, God, send me my right partner, because I'm tired of you sending me my soulmates only to learn harsh lessons. I want to meet my right partner. I didn't know what I was saying was the divine way to ask for things. It's got to be right. Right means divine. Divine means the cosmic world realm has chosen it for you, because God, your infinite intelligence, knows what's right for you more than you do. So I kept saying this, I want my right partner. And so I missed my bus to work on the 3rd week, and I picked up a little magazine, and I sent away for a little newspaper that had spiritual people wanting to meet other spiritual people. Out of 300 ads, I saw Rama's ad, and I answered it. Back then, that was 25 years ago. Back then, it was just 30 words, no photo, no, nothing, just 30 words. But he used the word, I want to meet my right partner. And this is how, when you hand everything over to your superconscious, stop trying to control everything, guys. Hand it over. Say to your superconscious, please take this from me. I choose the end result of having this in my life, of having that, because I want to have fun and joy, experience freedom and love in my life. And so I met Rama on a blind date because I asked the right way, and it came in the perfect way, because I threw the list away and I said, I don't mind what color his skin is or what culture. He just needs to be spiritual and on a spiritual path, and he needs to accept my psychic abilities, my psychic world, you know. 3 weeks later, I met Rama, my husband, on a blind date. We married 4 months later. Our daughter arrived 9 months after that, just under. And then our son arrived 12 months after that. A couple of champagnes, and he was there. Our son was there. So, you know, when you ask the right way and you trust and you hand it over, And if something is pressing you, upsetting you, making you angry, superconscious, I choose the end result of letting all this go and handing it over. Please take it away. I cast the burden over to you and set myself free. I can't handle it anymore. It's too difficult. It's painful. It's so hard for me to cope. Please take it away. You watch what happens. And if you ask from the heart and you literally hand it over, I can't handle this anymore. I've tried to control it. I've tried to sort it out. I've just got to let it go and hand it over. And the universe is going and your superconscious is going, yay, thank God for that. Literally. So, you know, it's time to stop holding on so tight and expecting so much of yourself. You are brilliant, powerful beings, but you need to know that you can't do it all by yourself. You've got to trust your intuition, trust going within. Don't be afraid to meditate. Get off the couch and meditate every morning and know that it's worth it, even if it's just 10 minutes to do this process. You will be amazed what comes through and how it changes your life. It might take longer for some it's instant, it's overnight. And trust what comes, but you've got to take action of what is brought to you. You've got to take action on it. You can't just go, oh gosh, you know, this person's given me this offer and I asked for it and now I've got it. Oh, I don't think I can do it, or I'm not going to do anything now. The damage of inaction has considerable side effects. You really need to take the action of the wisdom that comes to you and the knowledge, because there'll be leads, there'll be signs. Oh my goodness, you'll see the signs and you need to act on them and know they've come from divine source, and that divine source is that inner connection with you. And so it's so important to know that you have the ability to create everything you want and to do anything you choose to, and to have that successful business, that successful relationship, to be able to have that healthy body, that lovely slim body. You know, I deal with so many overweight issues. It's not food that's the problem. It's not food that's the problem. It's about self-worth. It's about the triggers of the memories that the body's gone through that will trigger you to go and drink or take drugs or overeat or eat unsupportive food. It's that trigger of self-punishment, and self-punishment brings pain, and pain brings illness, and illness brings death. And you know, that the saying that is in the Course of Miracles. I'm a big follower of the Course of Miracles, Marianne Williamson. And there's one saying in there that I learned many years ago about life and death, and living a long, healthy, happy life. And in the Course of Miracles, there's a saying that Jesus brought through when he taught a lot of learning on the planet. And he wasn't a religious person, he was a teacher and a healer. And he said, when anyone wanted to die or got depressed and wanted to end their life, he would say, swear not to die, you holy son of God. You have a magical body and a magical energy inside of it. Work with it. The power is within you. You just need to learn how to tap into it. So I've got a YouTube video, and I want you to learn how to ask without hidden motive, ask without ego, ask with love, unconditional love coming from your heart, and be surrounded by your answer. Know that your answer is your desired result coming into your present moment now. Stop putting it far into the future by feeling you're not good enough to receive. You are so worthy to receive. You always have been. It's just those old beliefs that you were brought up with, you know, from ancestors and parents and siblings and work colleagues and employers. It's not true. It's their beliefs. And all you need to be focused on is that it's not your business what people think of you. It's what you think of you. But that resistance that has blocked you from receiving what you're asking for is the fact that you're asking with motive, you're asking with desperation, you're asking with neediness, you're asking from sadness, asking from feeling a victim, or asking just by feeling lonely, asking because you feel you need to be loved. And if you receive those things, you'll feel loved. So all things that you ask straight, directly from inside, in the name of God, your infinite intelligence. I'm not a religious person. I believe God is energy, God is spirit. So inside God's name, so in the name of God, under the law of grace, superconscious, I choose the end result of whatever you want. Thank you, it is done, it is done, it is done. You will be given. So far, you've not done this. And that's why a lot of people are stuck and they're oscillating in the same old patterns in their bodies, their minds, and their souls. So I hope that's been helpful. I've gone on a bit of a rant because I've just come straight from the heart, guys, and I'm not reading any notes. I just I wanted to get the wording right on that little saying that I've just given you there. But go into the heart, fill the chakras with white light. Ask your superconscious to send a ball of white light to your base chakra. Send a ball of white light to your sacral chakra, your solar plexus chakra, your heart chakra, your throat chakra, your third eye, your crown chakra, and then your solar star chakra. And that is your connection to your intuition and superconscious. And then come back down through those chakras into the heart and reside into the heart and feel that heart expand. See it expand out of the body like the diagram. And then start to communicate with your superconscious and say, superconscious, please come into my body now. And then superconscious, are you there? Learn to understand a yes and no from your superconscious by the exercise that I've given you. And then start asking from the heart, not words, from the heart. So I've got a YouTube channel called I Am the Life I Am the Life I Am the Life I Live. And there's a video there that it goes for 12 minutes and it explains exactly step by step how to work with your superconscious in deciphering a yes and a no that is totally exclusive to you. And this is how you expand this energy and see that beautiful affinity symbol around the body in this diagram that Jeff's showing. That's when you've really connected to your superconscious, and it just happens beautifully. Your superconscious will be so excited to be able to connect with you. Remember, superconscious has no emotion, has no personality. It's just infinite intelligence and divine energy. It is the God within you, and it wants connection, communication, and direction from the heart. So that 12-minute video, it's called Conscious Mind to get a yes and no answer, goes for 12 minutes. Listen to it for every day if you want. It'll guide you step by step how to do this. I haven't done it because it does take that time. I feel you need to do it in a personal space, listening to the YouTube video. All I ask of you is that you subscribe, like, if you're happy with it, to subscribe and like it. And in the comments, please, 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 please ask me questions. I love questions, and I can answer them one-on-one personally. If it's in relation to our talk today, please put your questions in the comments on that video. Subscribe first, and then we'll always be connected, because I'll be putting up videos weekly on that channel, and I'll be doing treatment plans. So some of you have got resistance there that is blocking you from enabling this to work to its full potential. So I do a treatment plan, and I normally do one-on-one sessions, and I charge a certain fee for that. Our website's on the YouTube channel as well. But I will be doing a treatment plan, and I'll be helping in so many ways, psychically, as a superconscious recoding coach. I'll share so many wonderful secrets of the language to the universe, and I'll be putting it up freely on this YouTube channel, because I truly believe it's got to get out there. And when you subscribe to a channel, you've got full reign of any videos you want to watch. We just ask that you subscribe, like, and comment, so you can help us grow the channel. We just want to help people, and we do this with unconditional love. I hope that's been helpful.
Oh, that's been brilliant. No, honestly, I mean, you've always come across with a passion to help people, and all of that was, and I wasn't going to stop your flow, because you're so talking from the heart, and you're so excited about what you're doing, so excited at a difference you can make to people. And I can imagine a lot of people listening were sat there while you're saying it, going through in their minds super conscious, because I know I was doing all the all the bits as a reminder. And yeah, so I know you've got your channel now that people can follow, and like you say, if they do it every day, work out your yes and no's first.
Yes.
And then then you can start going more into it. But it's just defining and feeling, because I know now I can, when I think of something, I know the different sensation in my body as to something good. I can feel it all going through. So,
oh, that's fantastic, Andrena.
yes.
I'm so proud of you. I knew you would get this, and I'd love to do some more work with you. I'm so passionate about this. I live and breathe this, and I've got a client that when she came to me, she had attempted suicide, and it's very emotional. And now she's just got so much zest for life, because we've broken through. We've broken through the resistance, and she realizes, that she is a really, really powerful spiritual being, just living a human existence. And she's not interested in leaving this world anymore, and she's just grasping life, with so much love and joy. And it's like she looks, 20 years younger, and her body's coming into more balance. But I told her, you've got to commit to 10 sessions with me, because you've got such a strong case. And I asked them to pay a week in advance, so they can't bail out.
Yeah. Well, no, it's important.
Cruel. It's cruel. But I had to, because then they commit, and because it's not about me, it's not about my business, it's about them, and it's about honoring themselves and self-love. So, and she did it, and of course it taught her that she really does love herself, and that she was able to commit to herself, because it's not about me. And she didn't bail out, and she's thriving. And then I've just started working with another lady with the same situation. So I do take one-on-one sessions, Zoom, anywhere in the world. It's a beautiful way to be able to reach people anywhere. But honestly, I know not everybody can do that. I will put up videos that will help everyone way beyond where they've gone before, because that's my purpose. That's my true nature, and that's my purpose. And I love what I do. And I so much want everybody to feel what it feels like in your heart to be able to come into your personal power.
Brilliant. You're a wonderful example of how you can turn your life around. And I'm glad you shared about how you and Rami met, because I know that's a lovely story. And you guys do amazing work. I know you've helped thousands of people, and you're such an inspiration. So thank you for coming on and sharing your knowledge and wisdom.
Thank you so much, Andrena. Thank you, Jeff. I love you guys to the moon and back. Thank you so much.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Is that it? We're all filled?
That's it. Yes.
No more questions from anybody?
No, we just need to put that guy in.
All right. I'd just like to say next week we've got Donna Doolittle. So if you've got animals, she's an animal communicator on the Sunshine Coast. And so if anybody's got any questions about their animals, have them ready for next week's show. But thank you, Shakti. That was all. And it was awesome to see you. Miss you guys over there.
I miss you so much, Andrena. You're in our heart every day, and we send you love. And we miss you very much. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Andrena. Namaste.
Namaste.